Hi guys, you're welcome to today's live stream. I don't know if you can see me and hear me correctly. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Let me check those who are live. 1 2 1 2. If you can see me, if you can hear me, kindly let me know in the comment section. You're welcome. If you can see me and hear me, let me know in the comment section loud and clear, loud and clear. Please, if you join the live, kindly type your name in the comment section so that I know that you are here, because after today there will be some strong eviction that I'm myself feeling sorry for the rest of you, because Charlie, it's not easy. But then um let's just do the needful. It's now 8-1. Let's give ourselves up to 8-5 for the rest of the people to join, and let's also see what best we can be able to do. Today we have a lot on our table here. There's a lot of things that we'd want to talk about as a family. I hope your questions are ready. Question and answer section, please. As I said, don't come and ask me whether I'm single or not. I'm a Roman father. I mean, those kind of questions, they are problematic. So please, if you join, just type your name. I'll just conduct a roll call very soon to see those of us who are here, and we will just go. Today, we'll look at a lot of things. So invite your friends. Tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend that the live session has started. In fact, today, if you can share this live, share it to other people, because what we are about to talk here is not only for us. A lot of people who are into graphic design, video editing, into tech and everything would benefit from it. So let me first share this link. I beg Alpha will share the link for us so that we begin whatever we are doing today. So just let's share the link. If you join, you type your name and you tell us where you're chatting. No, don't tell us where you're chatting from. Just type your name and we are good to go. So, I mean, just type your name in the comment section and we'll see what we can be able to do. All right, so for those of us who have already joined, let me just do a quick roll call for us. Wonder Bright, Wonder Vision Multimedia is here. Nana Yaosafo is also here. Lovely Cartoon Cat. I don't know where you got that name from though. Please let us know the meaning of the Lovely Cartoon Cat or Lovely Cartoon Cat. Benjamin Tete, McBen Multimedia is here. West Wellish Tech Creations or Willis Tech Creations. Kaba Lambert is here. I can hear it correctly. Mick Ben says loud and clear, lovely cartoon cat, perfect. Wonder Vision Multimedia, I can see and hear you. Eunice Prince, please, Eunice Prince is also here. Bafu Nicholas, Mr. Man, you're welcome to our live today. I mean, you meet me then you get plenty issues, but no be here, be back door. So we go talk come for back door. If you join, just type your name and let's see what we'll be able to do. As I said, today there's a lot of things on our table that we'll be discussing. A lot of things. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you're officially welcome to Friday Night Live. Yes, this is Friday night live of the Graphics Academy. So last week we did one Friday night live, but last week was more of an orientation type of Friday night live. Today is another Friday and we are live here on YouTube. Today we'll talk about a lot of things. And so we're going to do a lot of interesting activities. And so you are being encouraged to participate fully. I mean, make sure you are participating, make sure whatever we're doing here, you are also taking part. Next week, Friday, would be the last Friday night live where we'll just graduate from the Graphics Academy. But then, this is Friday night live. As I said, you're welcome. Please invite other friends as well because today is not that exclusive. I mean, I want other people to also join and then let's see how best we'll be able to, take today's live session too. Sorry. All right. So if we have already joined, let us look at our journey this week. This week was stressful for all of us, or some of us were not able to make it. Eviction happened to them. Some of us were able to strive. I mean, this week we designed a lot of things. We designed a birthday flyer, which is the most recent. We've designed a phone shop flyer. We've designed a cosmetic label. And so we're done with 4 creations for the week. And this week has been very, very fruitful for me. I hope you have been fruitful as well. Please let me know in the comment section, what have you learned this week? In fact, if you've learned anything this week, if you have gotten any value for the training we did this week, if you have seen any improvement for the training we did this week, kindly let me hear from you. Wonder Vision Multimedia, Wonder Brights, I want to hear from you. Nanaya Osafo, let me hear from you as well. To hear from you. Kaba Lambert, I want to hear from you. UNS Prince or Unis Prince or however you call yourself, I want to as well hear from you. Bafo Nicholas, I want to hear from you as well. This week, how has it been? What have you learned? What value have you gained this week from the Graphics Academy? What can you say? Our journey this week, what did we get from it? How has this week been? Let me know in the comment section so that we see how best we'll be able to do today's live. If you've gotten any value this week, if you've learned anything, if you've improved in any aspect of your design journey or anything, kindly let me know in the comment section for this week so that we move on. So we're looking at our journey this week. This week, how has the journey been? Has it been a smooth one? Has it been rough for you? Have you enjoyed this week? Was it bad? Let me know. Kindly type something in the comment section. Last week, the live microphone wasn't coming, and so the audio you were getting was directly from the camera, and I didn't notice it. It was after I went to check the live that I saw that, my microphone wasn't picking. Then I asked you, and you were saying, everything is loud and clear, loud and clear. And so please, this week, let's all make sure that everything is okay. Loud and clear. And so please, all right, let me check on YouTube to see if I am okay. So according to my phone, according to what I'm hearing from my phone, everything is okay from that end. Please, we're looking at our journey this week. As I already said, we've looked at a lot of things in this space of 1 week from Monday till today. We started with the phone shop flyer. We were able to design it. Those of us who were not able to design it, please go back and start. Amofa Mercy. You're welcome. Please, the two of you, Mercy and Nicholas, advise yourself. Bafu Nicholas Amufa Mercy. Do the needful before the needful does you. Okay. I do not want to stretch things a bit. I'm being very, very lenient with you. So let's us all also comport ourselves. Okay. We're looking at our journey this week. As I said, if you look at the classroom, this week we've done a lot. We've not done a lot, but we've done a lot. We've looked at how to design a boutique. Was it boutique? How to design a phone shop flyer. We've done labeling as well. We've looked at how to make a product label. We've looked at how to design a birthday flyer. And then what was the other? Birthday flyer, phone shop, cosmetic label. It's left with one. What was the other? Let me check and see. We've actually done 4 projects, and next week is the climax of everything. And so we've done birthday flyer, cosmetic flyer, phone flyer. Oh, okay. So we've actually done 3 practicals today. Right. That is cool. Friday nights. Today we do not have a practical, so any weekends is for boiling and chilling and everything. Okay, label design, birthday and phone shop flyer achieved so far. Great. Now let me just put this thing across. All the tutorials we are working and replicating, it's not something that I plan of. Okay, so I just sit down and whatever comes to mind, I decide to actually start making a video about it. Because so when I'm about to start, I don't even know what I'll make a design about. Then I just sit down and I start designing, just because I want it to be as natural as it is. I want you to know it right from my head. My lecturer once told me that sorry. My lecturer once told me that if what you know, you can't be able to explain it to a 6-year-old girl or child for him or her to understand what you are trying to mean, then you do not know. And so I try to, as much as possible, improvise. Sometimes I'll just do some quick sketches and then I decide that, okay, this is what we are going to do. And then I record the video and then send it to you guys. And so I'm challenging myself for this class, and I hope you're also challenging yourself. UNS Prince, label design, birthday, phone shop flyer achieved so far. Great. McBain Multimedia, this week has been blessed. Or is it blessed or blessed? Photoshop, which I perceive to be too complex to learn, has been made simple through this class. Yes. As I was saying, if you join my class, I don't want to be bragging here, but I want to make things as simple as it can be. I want to make things very, very simple for us. And so what about you? What have you learned this week? Nanaya Osafo, this week, what have you learned so far? Benjamin Tete. Okay, Benjamin, I've already heard from you. Wonder Bright, what have you learned so far? Benjamin, what have you learned so far? UNS Prince. Okay, UNS Prince, you've talked. I don't know why my network is deciding to misbehave today. Please, can you still hear me and see me correctly? Because I don't know. Can you see me and hear me? Let me know. Because I do not have a network signal here. If you can see me and hear me, let me know. Hello, can you see me and hear me? My please, UNS Prince and Co. Stop holding the network. I think from my end, everything is okay. I don't know. Can you see me and hear me, let me know. Because I do not have a network signal here. If you can see me and hear me, let me know. Okay, so the comments are coming and I perceive it's all good. Please be commenting so that I know that everything is going on. Okay, I want this to be as smooth as possible. This week, Benjamin said he thought Photoshop was hard and everything, but I've made it very, very simple by the grace of God, and he's now able to maneuver his way around things. Samuel, I see you, Miss Sammy, you're welcome. Please let us know the journey so far this week. What have you learned? What value have you gotten this week? What has this class taught you? What have you seen this week? We list tech creations. Introduction to graphic design, principles of graphic design has been made simple for me. Okay. Amofa Mercy, it was a little challenging figuring out how to use the pen tool to get the phone flyers curved, but I have practiced it now. All right, so I'm very, very happy you have been able to practice it now. Please, it's not clear. Please, can you still see me? Is the network? I want feedback. Is the network good or bad so that we continue? If you can see me and hear me, just let's know so that I flow, because today the table is packed. Kwakusian is working. If you know, you know. I feel like a pro already. We thank God you feel like a pro already, because you can do some one or two abracadabra on Photoshop. If you join, type your name in the comment section. Let us know. We're looking at our journey this week. As I said, this week we've looked at quite a number of things. We've looked at how to design labels. We've looked at how to make a birthday flyer. We've looked at how to make a phone shop flyer. All these things came with different techniques and different methods of designing. Now, I'm doing this so that you have a fair idea of how everything looks like when you want to make a flyer or when you want to make a design. That is why in each and every design, I try to as much as value the things that we will be able to. Okay, Mr. OS is here. You're welcome. Joris Black in the building. Joris Black, you're welcome. All right, I'm loud and clear. So as I was saying, in the tutorials, already the module 1 and module 2 has been pre-recorded. But then what I always did was that if I'm doing one-on-one, I'll always go on live after the module 1 and 2 with the person every evening, and then we'll learn what we are learning for the day. And so I had not made tutorials already, and I decided that I want to use this class to also challenge myself, because to actually sit down and record a design tutorial, tutorial is not like a normal video. You have to be explaining each and every step as you go. And so I decided to challenge myself that I would make sure I record tutorials for this class, because my one-on-one people, I always go live on them. Mr. Osman there, he even joined, and after module 1 and 2, I sent him some tutorial and he killed it, and I was like, nah, actually, you are qualified, go your way. And so, yeah, this is also a challenge for me. I'm trying to as much as challenge myself and create videos for it, create content for it. And whenever I'm doing, I do not pre-plan it. As in, I do not pre-plan what I want to do, which type of flyer I want to make. I just start on a clean sheet. In my mind, there's nothing. But then I just start deciding to make something, and it's start flowing. The ideas start flowing. And I'm going to share some few tips very soon. I'm the best. Thank you very much. I'm going to share some few tips very soon. Today, we're going to look at how to stay unique as a graphic designer. We're going to look at how to get design ideas. We're going to look at how to monetize your design skills, which is very, very important. And then the Q&A section will come, and then we'll look at our journey next week. And so this is our journey this week. I hope it was productive and successful for you. I hope you got value. I hope you were able to learn a lot of things. I hope we were able to achieve our goals. Now, let me just clear these things off. I do not hate anybody. Eviction is not to scare off anybody. See, you paid money to join this class. You paid like 75 cedis to join this class. I mean, first of all, 75 cedis won't even cater for the amount of bundle and energy and effort that I'll put in to make sure this is working. But then let's just put that aside. It's not because of the money. I always say that with the free classes, people do not take it serious, and so I just needed to do something to save it. So you paid money to join this class. You invested money. And why would you not want to participate? Why wouldn't you, just pay attention, sacrifice 1 or 2 or 3 hours in just 24 hours so that you will be able to get the most out of the money you paid? That is my problem. That is why I was doing eviction. Eviction is just to make sure you are on your feet, because to be able to achieve something, you need to actually sacrifice a lot of things. You need to persevere. You need to make sure that whatever you are doing, you are putting effort in it. I wanted you to put in the effort. I wanted you to be intentional and disciplined about it, so that by the time you pass through the graphics academy, you'll be able to design very good flyers, very good designs, and everything. So the eviction wasn't to scare you away, or somebody told me in my DM that I've taken the money and finished, and so I'm evicting you. I'm like, what the fuck? As I already said, the money for this class, as compared to the effort I put in, doesn't even match at all. I'm just doing this as a way of giving back to the society, and as a way of also helping other people who want to get tech skills. You get it? And so once you pay your money, just make sure you are getting the most out of it. That is my problem. You've paid money to me. Me disikana koto indomie. Now defie. You send the assignment to me. You are not watching. You are not paying attention. It doesn't even bother you that there is an assignment in the classroom in which you need to do. Please let us change. Because if you want to achieve something in life, this class is just 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, everything would be done. And so if you really, really want to achieve something, if you really want to achieve graphic design, the real journey will even start after the 2 weeks. But if you're able to stick to it, to a routine, and make sure that these 2 weeks you are disciplining yourself, you are learning something, you are making something out of the money you paid, by the end of the 2 weeks, you'll be way ahead. And I'm glad most of you have I'm glad most of you have learned something, and you are seeing something, and we are all doing something. Please, the Q&A session has already started, and so we'll look at I'll attend to all the questions in the right time. And so if you have a question, kindly drop it in the comment section. Let me even pin it. Drop your questions. Yeah, so I'll start answering the questions very soon in the right time. But then if you have a question, you can drop it in the comment section and I would go to it. So let me pin it. Yes. And so let's look at the first thing on our list. How to stay unique as a graphic designer. How to stay unique as a graphic. Please, Nana Alsafo is saying that it's not clear for him. I don't know if somebody else is facing the exact same challenge. Let me check for my YouTube here, because for me, everything is good here. Same challenge. Hey, according to my YouTube, everything is fine. I don't know of the rest of you. Please let me know before I go on to the rest of the things we have on board for this week. Mr. Oz, McBain, Joris Black, UNS Prince, Samuel Lambert, Benjamin, Mercy. Let me know how it is. Okay, all is clear over here. So please, lovely cartoon cat, please check your connection. Okay, we're looking at how to stay unique as a graphic designer. Everything is on point, right? How to stay unique as a graphic designer. Those of you who have known me for some time now, who have been watching my status for some time now, know that my designs are quite distinct. My designs are quite unique. I make designs that are recognizable, and so whenever you see design somewhere, you are, this is a design from Mera mode now, sign so that you'll be able to hear us correctly. And so I was saying that if you've monitored my start for some time, I mean, those of you who know me, Sammy, UNS Prince, Joris Black, and everybody can tell that my designs are unique. I have created a style for myself. I've been able to make sure that my designs are recognizable, and when somebody sees my design, the person is able to detect that Mera is the one that does these designs, just because the designs are unique. Hello, for Penny, how are you doing? How do you also stay unique as a graphic designer, as an upcoming designer? Number one, please, before I even go there, let me just, please, if you have a notebook and pen, please be writing. If you have a jotter, if you can type it on your phone. I want somebody to be typing it in the comment section as well. UNS Prince, kindly be typing in the comment section as well, so that, or probably, okay, so be typing it in the comment section before the class ends. I'd make you copy everything and paste it in the group for us so that we can be able to continue. So for a penny, you're welcome. So we're looking at how to stay unique as a graphic designer. First thing is to develop your own style. Yes, you need to develop your own style. You need to make sure that whatever designs you're putting across, your signature is on it. And so for me personally, how did I develop my own style? Number one, I'm a person that wants simplicity. For me, I want everything to be simple. I want very soft life. I want very simple life. And so in my designing, Blessed, how are you? Okay, I'm doing good for you, Penny. In my designing, it reflects. I want my designs to be very, very simple and catchy. And so whenever I'm designing, I do not overthink about a lot of things. I do not want to add plenty things. Also, I stick to a certain system of design that I have created for myself. And so that is my style. So that if somebody sees the design somewhere, the person will be able to notice that I'm the one that did it. Now, there have been countless times that somebody would see something in town, somebody will see a design in town. The person doesn't know that I'm the one who did it. Obviously, most of the designs I even do, I don't put my name or something on it because, I mean, to me, it's not all that important. And so there is nothing that shows it's my design. But then somebody will walk up in town, see something, and the person will DM me and be like, yo, I saw your design somewhere. Without anything, without me putting my logo on it, without me putting my name, my contact on it, the person is able to know that this is how I design. And so you can also do something like that for your brand. How do you want your designs to look? What is that signature that if you add to your designs will make it look like yours? That is how to stay unique. You need to craft a system for yourself. You need to make a system for your designs in such a way that whenever they are somewhere, somebody sees it and sees that it's yours. And you can be able to achieve this by being consistent, by always designing, by following the design principles. If you are being consistent with the design, you yourself would discover how you want your designs to be. And so the first thing is to develop your own style. Number two is to stay curious and inspired. Stay curious and inspired. Always ask questions about designs. Now, in module 2, we looked at how to add shapes and text and everything. And in that, up till now, at least you are supposed to know this. Now, if at any point in this training, if you see a design till the point that we have gotten to, I was say mamin can you train at I was say unhu design bia utimi interpretive design no. Also utimi bubumu into pieces. You have to be able to bisect and dissect the design in layers and understand what the designer did. If you're able to do that, you are the best graphic designer in the world. If you're able to see a design and understand that, oh, okay, I say it was a text. Okay, he put this shape here and he did this. He added this stroke into it. Okay, this is blur. This is this color. This is that. If you're able to do that, you have mastered graphic design. And by so doing, you can be able to replicate every design on this world. Let me repeat myself. If you're able to see a design and detect that, okay, this part is this is a text, this is what the designer did to the image, this is this shape, this is this stroking, this is this effect, and you're able to take one design and break it down to the smallest particle or smallest layer and understand what the designer did to achieve that, you are the best designer in the world, because you can be able to replicate each and every design. And how do you all come? You can be able to replicate each and every design. So as a designer, you have to stay curious. If you are walking in town and you see a design that catches your eyes, please stand there and watch. Try to decipher the design. Try to understand it. Try to think about what the person did. How did the person achieve this? If you are working on social media and you see a design on somebody's start on Facebook, on Twitter, YouTube thumbnail, just pause a minute and look at it. Try to ask yourself, how was this thing made possible? How was this design possible? How did the particular designer come up with this concept? How was he or she able to do this? And once you're able to explain that design, you are there, you've reached. And so my philosophy is that whenever I see a design, I should be able to look at the design and understand it. Understanding it in the sense that I need to understand whatever the designer did to be able to get there. I should be able to look at this design and be like, no, this is a shape. This image was placed here. This text, this is this font. This is Gaussian blur. This is motion blur. Okay, he applied this effect to the background. He added these colors. You should be able to decipher the designs. And so you need to stay curious and always be inspired. And so more times, if you come to my screenshot session, it's always a lot of designs that I find very interesting. I just want to screenshot it for future reference. Okay. And so that is the second thing, how to stay unique. Now, by staying inspired and by understanding the concepts and the mystery behind these designs, whenever you are designing, you have like a pool of designs in your head that you can be able to just take ideas from. Earlier in this live, I said that Baumia, what has Baumia done? Earlier in this live, I said that most of the tutorials that you are watching, I do not pre-plan over it. I just sit down and I start creating, because I've fed my mind with enough data, with enough designs, that if I'm to sit down right now, if somebody chats me, oh, hello, Mary, I need a business flyer for this. Once I start designing, I know where to put what, because the brain has been trained in such a way that it will be able to deliver. And so you need to stay curious. Please do not let a design pass away. If you are sitting in the car, watch the designs, try and decipher it, break it down into layers. If you were to do this exact same design, Semera and Edema, how would you have been able to do it? And once you are there, you'd be able to also create some unique part for yourself. Now, what this does is that you have a lot of designs, and so if you are designing something by yourself from scratch, you only need to take from the pool of ideas that you have and combine, and you are good to go. Please, can we still hear me? Am I clear and loud? Let me know. Number 3 is to specialize in a niche. Specialize in a niche. Now, graphic design some years back used to be a skill that not so many people were into. But as of now, there has been a lot of saturation in the graphic design market. There are a lot of people who are designing flyers and making designs. How do you make sure you are unique? How do you make sure your style is different? How do you make sure you are different? By creating a niche for yourself. Now, a niche is a target area or a target group. Now, me personally, when I was starting graphic design, I realized that for flyers, a lot of people are doing flyers. Everybody can do flyers. But then the most challenge is logo design. And so I just decided to master that part and master logo design so that I'll be able to do logo design. Me, if you bring me logo design job, like I'm at my best field, I'll just kill it for you. You get it? And so that was my main strength. And so also look at yourself. It can be the same flyer design, but then you can niche it down to church flyer designs. And then you master that place effectively and efficiently. So that when it comes to church flyer designs, oh, don't go there. So they would do all their things. They might have their own designers, but then when it gets to church flyer designs, we know that no, this person is the best. You can master agenda flyer designs, like designing for people who want to contest for positions and all that. And then you master that aspect as well. And then you'll be able to deliver. Master that aspect, designing for contestants and people who want to be able to make designs, so that you master that as well. So that at least they can send their designs elsewhere. There are a lot of graphic designs, but then when it comes to agenda flyer, you are there. You can master business flyers. That's in such a way that they can all the other designs can whip you at every place. But for business designs, you will kill it. You get it? And so you need to create a niche for yourself. You need to carve a path for yourself, because the design market is very saturated. It is a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are designing. There are a lot of people who are into graphic design. But then what makes you different from the next design? What makes you different from your colleague? What will make somebody skip the designer he or she knows and bring it to you? That is what we call creating and specializing in a niche. Number 4, create a strong personal brand. I asked a question on my status this week, and I'll ask it here again. When you see me, what color comes to your mind? When you see my post, when you see my picture, when you see me somewhere, what color will come into your mind? Let me know in the comment section. 2 minutes. When you see me, if you see Mera, what color comes to your mind? How do you know that this is Mera's work without saying this is Mera's work? Somebody says pink. Okay, that's the person's idea as well. Who else? How do you know? Blue and yellow. Oh, okay. That's also good. How do you know that this design is for Mera? Purple. Okay. How do you know that this is a Mera's design? How do you know that this thing there, even if my logo is not there, even if my picture is not there, it is my own? How do you know? Purple. Okay. Let me know in the comment section. Purple. Okay. I want to see more answers. Somebody said pink. I mean, he's right. Somebody said blue and yellow. Others are also saying purple. For you, what makes it a Mera design for you? Good. And so the majority of you are saying purple is the color. Now that is my personal brand. So personally, if I'm doing anything about my brand, I have to make sure that I'm using the colors. I have to use the purple, the white, the yellow. Please, it's not blue and yellow, it's purple and yellow. I'm using my brand colors. And so if you've noticed, across all my flyers, it's purple. Wonder Vision purple, Samuel purple. Even at this background, it's purple. You get it? No. Yes, this background. It's purple. And so It is a personal brand that I've created for myself. And so when you see purple anywhere, it is myself. It is my design. It's my brand. And so you cannot only use colors. Colors are not the only available things that you can use to create a strong personal brand. You can also use your logo. Make sure that your logo is visible. It's speaking for you. You can use your fonts. You can have a very a very special font that you put on your design, and it adds to that touch. And so you create a very strong personal brand. Please, I said all the questions, kindly drop them and I'll attend to them when it's time for the Q&A. Okay. And then the last point on how to stay unique as a graphic designer is to never stop learning. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. Somebody like me will still go ahead and go to YouTube and watch tutorials and try to understand how certain things are done. Try to decipher certain things. There are certain aspects of design. You see a design and there is a certain effect in the design that you do not know how to do it yet, and you do not let it slide away. Please, is the background to this live natural or just a fictional picture? Please, this is a very, very live background. As you can see, I can touch it for you. Okay, it's live. Okay, it's not a fictional. It's very, very live. It's not a picture. So please be guided. Drop your questions if you have any, so that we'll attend to them in the right time. So as I was saying, never stop learning. If you see a design, I have a lot of designers on my contact list that if I see a design, if a colleague posts a design that I do not understand, I go like, Charlie, this effect, how did you do it? The person will explain to you. And so I'm constantly learning. And once I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly improving on my graphic design skills. I'm constantly improving in what I know. I'm constantly improving in what I want to know. And so that is that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we've looked at how to stay unique as a graphic designer. I said number one, develop your own style. Stay curious and inspired. Create a strong personal brand and never stop learning. Now, let's look at the second point. How do we get design ideas? If you want to design, how do you get it? Who's calling me? Let me actually put my phone on Do Not Disturb so that we'll be able to have a very successful live session here. If not, this my people won't let this thing be successful. Okay. Timothy Nyamedo. Timo, what's up? How do you get design ideas? How do you get ideas for your design? Now, let me emphatically state on this live that there is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. Yes, class rep is doing the job. There is nothing new under the sun. And so whatever you want to do, whatever you've created, whatever is in your mind, somebody has already created it before. Somebody has already done it before. But how do you create yours? How do you get ideas? How do you make sure you are getting the ideas for your designs? Number one is through nature. All right. Thank you, Timothy. We'll talk after this live, okay? Number one is through nature. Observe nature. Nature has a lot of patterns. Nature has a lot of colors. Nature has a lot of ways of blending things. And so I remember sometime I was just sitting under a mango tree. It just happened like the Albert Einstein story where an apple fell and he discovered gravity and all that. So I had a design that I wanted to do. So I was sitting under a mango tree and I was just looking at the trees, and then I looked at the ripe mango and I noticed that there are some parts that is reddish, then there's some parts that is yellowish. First, I had an idea. I had a gradient in mind, red to yellow gradient. We'll look at that in the subsequent tutorials, how to do gradients. And so I quickly went and I applied it, and na fa. And so you have to also observe nature. How are things happening? How are patterns happening? You look at an animal and there are stripes on the animal. God, as I said there in the last time, God is the first graphic designer. So He has already designed a lot of things for us to follow. And so the first thing is nature, how to get design ideas. Number two is to join design communities. Have friends who are in design. Join groups of graphic designers. That was why in the beginning of the other live in the orientation, I said that kindly network with yourself because you might need them in the group. So you need to have a lot of friends who are into graphic design so that they will also inspire you. You look at their work and you also learn a thing or two from them. If you go to Facebook, you can search for graphic design groups and join, so that by joining those groups, you are always going to see designs in your feedback, in your timeline. On TikTok, follow people who are graphic designers so that you will always see designs in your feed. And as I said, if you are looking at a lot of designs, if you are feeding your brain with a lot of designs, you have a pool of designs mentally. And so whenever you want to design, you just tap from those things you have in mind and then apply them. And so join design communities. Number three is Pinterest. There is an app called Pinterest. If you do not know about it, please, after this live, kindly go and search about what Pinterest is and look at it. Pinterest has a lot of wonderful resources and wonderful designs that you can also help use for your inspirations to get ideas. Number four is in books. Please read books. Don't just read books. Look at the illustration and designs in books. Buy graphic, study the graphic, understand how they made those designs in the graphic. When you see a magazine, buy it, pay attention. If you don't have the money, sometimes just walk into the bookshop and then just go and look at the designs they make on the book and how they're able to effectively communicate their message to you. And so it's through books. And then the last one we'll look at on how to get ideas is experimentation. You need to experiment on a lot of things. And so you have to try something new. Add this to this and join it if it will form something new. Do this and that and join it. As I said, there's nothing new under the sun. And so you somehow, to create your own style, you take somebody's work, or you take somebody's idea, you join them, and then you have a new idea. Initially there was a device called camera. It existed as a device on its own. We had a telephone, which the sole aim was to make calls. Somebody just looked at these two things and like, but then we can join the two things. Took the camera, took the telephone, added radio, and the person had a new thing. And so sometimes you need to also experiment. Look at what other people are doing. If you look at a design and the wording of the design, how the text is nice, or you pick that. Look at another design. Okay, this design, I like how the images were placed here. You pick that. I like the color scheme of this design. You pick that. You combine it, and you have your own unique, different designs. And so let me go over again how to get design ideas. Number one is nature. Number two is through design communities. Number three is through Pinterest. Number four is through books. And then number five is through experimentation. You experiment. Now let's look at money matters. Wonderbright, be careful over there. Let's look at money matters. How do you monetize your design skills? How do you make sure that this skill that you are learning, you're able to get money from it? Because money is very, very, very important. Money is very, very important. And I'm sure the number one reason most of us decided to learn this is to actually get money and get some side ideas. And so how do you monetize your design skills? Number one and most simple is to offer services. Let people know that you're a designer. Recently there's a certain video trending. Are you an electrician? He said, yes, I can do it. I do wiring. Let people know that you can do it. offer that services to people. Now, for the start, you might not even have clients, but then you can go to a company, design a flyer for them, and you show it to them just to build your portfolio. So offer the services. Let people know that you're a graphic designer. You know how to design flyers already. So also design your own flyers and start marketing yourself. Tell people that you're a graphic designer. Sell yourself. Now, if the person who sells eggs or water doesn't fear or doesn't feel shy to carry his or her products on her head and walk through the sun and let people know that this is what I'm selling, you can also do so. You yourself, you are even lucky. It's a tech skill. It's a flex. I'm a graphic designer. So offer the services and do not feel shy about it. Make people know that you know how to do this. Let people know that I can do it for you. I can do a better job for you. So the first thing is to offer services and promote your brand. Okay. How much should an average flyer design cost in Ghana? Well, that depends on your skill level and the type of clients you are working with. Me, on average, I charge 55 Ghana cedis for a simple flyer. But then that 55 Ghana cedis is not for everybody. There are clients that the lowest I'll ever charge them is 200 cedis or 150 cedis per flyer. There are clients that the 55 cedis they can't afford sincerely. And so that would depend on your expertise and probably maybe the relationship between you and that person. So number one, offer services, promote your brand. Number two, on how to monetize your design skill. Now, there are a lot of people that are offering services like flyers and other things. Now, with your graphic design skill, you can be able to take it and twist it around and do something very unique with it. For example, what if you start t-shirt designs? So you design the t-shirt, you print it, and you sell it. That is just another angle of the graphic design. You sell print-on-demand items, picture frames. Nowadays, a lot of people who are into picture frames. You are a graphic designer, you know this. You can also make that another stream of incomes, how to make picture frames, how to sell them. Mugs, caps, and a whole lot of other things that you can print and sell. You get it? You can print t-shirt, caps, a lot of other things. Print on demand. So number two is to sell print on demand products. So you design the products, you print them, and you start selling them. You design the products, you print them, and then you start selling them. So that is the second option, how to monetize your graphic designer skills. Now, number three, it's not recommended. Yes. Number three is to start selling courses. And I'm making money from you by you joining the class and you deciding to learn something. But that one is not recommended if you are a beginner, because there are some questions some of you on the live, you come to my DM with a question and I just answer you, because I've practiced this over and over and over and over and over again. And I know the ins and outs of whichever software I'm teaching, whichever design skill I'm teaching. And so I can be able to host a course and start selling it. Initially, I didn't really make noise about teaching graphic design because I felt like I needed to master the thing more. And so, but now, confidently, anything in Photoshop, you ask me, you have a problem and I can be able to help you. That is a good teacher. And so you can also start selling courses. Number four is studio work. Studio work. Now, there are a lot of printing presses around that do not have graphic designers, that do not even have the services of a graphic design. And so your job is to scout for these people in your community and then offer your graphic design services to them, and they are able to you'll be able to earn. For those in the printing press and in the studios, they have a lot of clients on them, and so sometimes the designs are even there, they are too much for the person operating to handle. So you just tell the person that, oh, I'm a graphic designer, I want to help you design, and then you find something for me. And so once there is work, they'll push it to you, you do it, you get your money. Simple as that. Now, the last thing is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing. Now, one thing I usually do is that when somebody links a client for me, I give the person, the background light is off. I didn't charge it well, and so it's off for forgive and forget. Bibia Mubeka. So, affiliate marketing is that you help people help find you. So let's say me, one thing that I usually used to do is that if somebody recommends a client for me, I give that person who recommended the client a cut of their money. And so recommend a client me pan 150 cedis. If I give you 50 cedis, we'll be like, wow, this thing is very lucrative. And so you would also try as much as possible to get me more clients. That is affiliate marketing. Now, before this class ends, I will introduce my own affiliate marketing to you guys on the Graphics Academy so that you'll be able to also earn money as well. But then that is just by the way. And so, how to monetize your design skills. These are the steps. Number 1 is to offer services or promote your own personal brand. Number 2 is to sell print on demand items or products. The next one, which I said is not recommended, is to sell courses. Number 4 is to do studio work. And then number 5 is affiliate marketing. Now, up next, we are at the Q&A session, question and answers. Please, what questions do you have for me? Okay, let me look at it. Should the cost of designing a business flyer differ from that of a birthday flyer or a wedding flyer and a funeral flyer? Yes. In fact, each and every design or each and every flyer has to be charged uniquely. Just that you need to get a standard price for whatever you're doing. And so in charging for the designs, you look at the workload that has to go into it and then you charge. Okay, so you don't just charge anything with one price. You look at the work that has to go through. Class rep is working. It's monitoring everything, monitoring the notes, the lighting. Eunice, you are doing a very great job. So please, kindly start dropping your questions so that I attend to them. Okay, drop your questions so that I attend to them. Lambert Kaba, let me know. Let me hear from you. Wonder Vision Multimedia, what questions do you have for me? UNS Prince, what questions do you have for me? Lovely Cartoon Cat. What questions do you have for me? Benjamin, are you still on the live or you are deaf? Let me hear from you and let me see which questions you have for me. Ofori Penny, are you still here? Let me hear from you. OS Len, Joyce Black. If you are still here, let me hear from you. Now we are at the Q&A section. If you have any questions for me, sorry. If you have any questions for me, kindly do drop them in the comments below so that we tackle them. And so, as I was saying, each and every flyer has to be charged differently by looking at the work that went into that particular flyer. You look at the work that goes into it. Okay. You look at the work that goes into the flyer and then you charge for it. OS Len, I don't usually see you using the 3D feature. I sometimes use it, you know yourself, but then the main reason why I do not use those things is that somewhere or the other I feel like it complicates how I want it to look. And so you see, me personally, I want simple designs. You can attest to the fact that if you send me design, I'll tell you that Master, I'm going to simplify it. So the main reason why I don't do the 3D is because I want it to be very simple. I feel like the 3D adds an extra layer of complication to whatever I'm designing. And so, I mean, to me, it doesn't really come out well for me, except in cases where I'm very sure that this 3D will work. So please let me know in the comment section. Drop questions for me, Q&A. Please, will you teach us logo design? So there would be one tutorial on logo design, and after that you'd be tasked to create your own logos. Now let me even look at the week ahead. Now for next week, we have some tutorials that we'll have to look for. We'll have a tutorial on how to design a campaign flyer. We'll have a tutorial on how to design a church flyer as well. And then we'll have a tutorial on complete branding, how to do or how to brand something, where I'd quickly walk you through how to make a simple logo and how to do things about it. But that is not a full logo design course, because for I'm to take logo design alone is a completely different master class that would even take like 3 months for you to master. And so I cannot teach you everything about logo design in this class. But then we would tackle logo design. We'll look at some 1 or 2 things so that you can also start learning logo design, or it will be a foundation for you to also be able to make logos, should in case you want to learn more, or should in case you want to further expand your knowledge. Okay, so in the following weeks, as I said, we'll have one design on how to make a campaign flyer, how to make a church flyer, and then we'll do one branding design. So that would be what we'll be doing this week. And then there will be project works. So we'll do your project. Once you do your project, if your project is completed, you would get your certificate. What of thumbnail design? Okay, I think let me add thumbnail designs. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, let me add thumbnail designs to it. If I add thumbnail designs, I'd have to take one of the things out, because next week we literally have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So okay, so campaign flyer, church flyer, branding, thumbnail. Okay, 4. Then the Friday would be the last day, graduation. So after the graduation, there will be a task for all of us to learn. And if you're able to do that task, I'll send you a design brief for like 4 projects. You do your own research and you make flyers for them. And then if I look at them and I assess them and everything is okay, I'll send you your certificate. Okay, I'll send you a certificate. So if you want the certification, number 1, make sure that you do not have any assignments undone. Make sure that you've done all the assignments, and then make sure you've done all the tutorials, and then I'll send the project very soon. That is your project work. What of graduation design? No, please. We won't tackle graduation design. Now, if we cannot design everything in this world, you imagine the different types of design that exists. And so if we are able to, if we want to be tackling each and every one by one, I don't think time would be available for us. I don't think time would permit us to make each, and then we'll have to look at funeral design and a lot of things. And so, but then we are going through this because I'd want you to have a fair idea of how a design is being put together, so that whichever design work you get, you just know the process. Me, is the process that matters to me. If you know the process, you'll be able to combine the steps and then create your own design. I hope that is clear. And so we cannot actually look at any all of the types of designs. So as I said, we'll look at campaign flyers, we'll look at church flyers, we'll look at thumbnail design, and then finally we'll look at branding designs. Then the Friday we'll do our last live, which will graduate, and then you go ahead and do your project work. Once you're done with your project work, I'll send you your certificate, so that at least the certificate will also help you, should in case you want to attach it to a document or do something with it. So ask me more questions. Ask me. Let me use the next 5 minutes to answer the remaining questions, so that we conclude and then call it a day. UNS Prince, please. I'm waiting for other questions. Lovely cartoon cat. I'm waiting. OS Len. I'm waiting. Lambert Kaba, Wonder Vision. If you are on live, I want to know that you are here, and um, I want to see. So please drop your questions and let's conclude. I want this to be done at exactly 1 hour 30 minutes. And so I still have like 7 more minutes, of which I want to use the 5 minutes to answer your questions so that we continue. More live. With the live, I'll have to rethink about it. But then basically, we are halfway through the course. This is the halfway point. Next week is just the other half, just 2 weeks for the Graphics Academy. I hope you've been able to learn a lot of things. I'll still be waiting for your questions. Drop questions so that, let me check. Are you still on the live? If you're on the live, let me know and add your question so that I see that you are here. Everything is good here. It seems most of the features of Photoshop were not introduced to us. Yes, for Photoshop, hey, for Photoshop, you cannot learn each and every feature on Photoshop. You cannot. Photoshop has endless features. Now, look at all the toolbars on Photoshop that you click on it, and there are like 3 or 4 sub tools under each of them. If you are able to, you get it. And so, if we are to say that we are actually learning every feature of Photoshop, it won't help. That is why I'm taking you through the design steps and how to come up with the design, different techniques. Already I did the video in the introduction part, the module 2, where I explained the Photoshop interface so that you'll be able to understand it on your own, because you cannot be able to learn each and every tool. You can see, yes, sir. That would be like the 2 weeks for the masterclass, because I mean, it will be very, very plenty, and we are trying to do most in the littlest time we have. Please, what is typography in graphic design? Typography is just the application of text and the concept of using and applying text, how to do it the right way, how to word your design, how to make sure the text you use in your graphic design or your flyer or any project you are working on be as aesthetically pleasing as it is supposed to be. How do you get in touch with people who are likely to be your clients? Something like lead generation. I think I've answered those questions, or you just went back to WhatsApp and copied your question. All right, so for me personally, I do not even market myself that much. The only thing I do is I have a broadcast list, and if I have a flyer, I'll post it to them and they share it on their status. That is the only promotion I do for my graphic design services. But most of the clients I'm getting are from referrals. So somebody hasn't even designed from me yet, but then the person sees the kind of designs I put on my start, and so if somebody's looking for a designer, they will just link me and we'll work together. And so me personally, the only thing I do is probably the what was the name, the broadcast list, and me sharing it on my stats and on my social media. Initially, I used to do a lot of posting a lot of designs on my start, when I realized that nowadays I do not actually have to prove, because anybody who is on my contact list know that I'm a designer. So I've been able to do that consistently for years, and now I've established myself. And so there are people who have never worked for me but have been recommending clients for me. They have never worked with me, I've never designed for them, but then if somebody's looking for a client, they then recommend the person for me. We also looked at affiliate marketing and other people. You can also let your friends help you, let them recommend you to do the work. And before somebody will recommend you, you have to be very, very good. You have to be very, very good for somebody to be able to recommend you, because once the person recommend you, if you do a bad job, the person will be like, the person recommended a bad person for him or her. And so you need to be able to be very good, master your graphic design. I think for me that is all, and by the grace of God I get clients. I don't really do a lot of digging and searching for clients myself. They come themselves. I mean, God has been so good to me and my brand. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all of us who were able to join today's live. Today's live, we've talked about a lot of things. We've looked at our journey this week and the value we have gotten for this week and a whole lot. We've looked at how to stay strong or how to stay unique as a graphic designer, where we on sprints, please copy and paste all your notes into the WhatsApp group so that other people can benefit as well. How to stay unique as a graphic designer. We talked about developing your own style, staying curious and inspired, specializing in a niche, creating a strong personal brand, and then never stop learning. We also looked at how to get design ideas, and I made mention of the fact that nature can give us the best ideas. Pinterest is also one wonderful tool that we can be able to use. Read books, look at a lot of design inspirations, and then also do a lot of experimentations as well. As a graphic designer, you need to experiment on a lot of things to be able to get the best. And then we looked at how to monetize your design skills. Please wait. I'm waiting. Please type your question, okay? How to monetize your design skills. We said you need to offer services, promote your brand. You need to sell print on demand things. That is an option. You can hold courses and also sell. You can do studio work. You can do affiliate marketing as well. And so please, I'll still, let me add 5 minutes because my 1 hour 30 minutes is elapsed. That is why initially I decided that we should be exactly 8 o'clock on the dot so that we'll have enough time to do all things. Are we the first master class or you've had a class before? So personally, what I do not do group classes. This is the first group class. But then what I was doing was one-on-one. If you want to learn graphic design, you DM me and then we schedule our times. So I always did one-on-one classes because the group classes, I mean, it was very stressful for me. And the way I'd want things to done, the way I'd want my students to master and learn the thing in the groups, to me, it's like you having plenty cups and then filling one bucket of water and trying to pour water in all of them, as compared to you having 1 cup of water in a bottle and trying to pour the water into the bottle. And so I always feel like it should be personalized. So even with this design class or with this group master class, there are a lot of people who came to my DMs with challenges and I help them solve it, more or less just like their one-on-one classes, because I do not just want it to be a design class. I want you to actually learn something. I want you to benefit from it. I want you to know something. And so, yes, this is my first master class, but this is not my first design class. This is my first group master class. But then for one-on-one, I've done countless one-on-one classes. But then for groups, this is the first one. Okay. I said I'm giving you 5 minutes. If you have any more questions, let's round it up so that we call it a day. It seems there is no more questions. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if there is any other issue, you can hit my DM and we talk about it. Thank you very, very much for the time and everything that you put in place to make sure this live was successful. Thank you for being my audience. My name is Apiama. Please, if there is any other issue, kindly come to my DM and let's sort it out. I'll catch you guys next week Friday. Next week Friday is graduation. Next week Friday, by this time, if we meet, that will be the last. And so this week would be very dangerous. So thank you so much for joining me on today's live. I will see you. Then Miriam Multimedia Academy pioneers. Yes, there are a lot of yes, you are the pioneers of the group classes. I did group class sometime, but then it was on content creation for beginners and all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll catch you guys another time. Bye bye.